Hey, good morning. This is Jerry over at Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a great day today. Just finished my back workout at the gym today. It's about 6:22 a.m. Having a great morning, but I wanted to give you a really quick live stream today and share with you a real case study of somebody that I'm working with right now. Kind of where they were at when I started working with them and what I'm going to be able to do for them. Now, really, my job happens in two parts. And the first part is really unfortunate. And I want to start the story with this so you can kind of get some perspective on how I really help people, right? So when I work with clients, I really do two main things for them. Okay, I fit in two different categories. The first one is usually cleaning up the mess left behind by some other financial advisor or insurance agent that either didn't know what they were doing or they did know what they were doing and they were just trying to make an extra buck. Okay, that part's really unfortunate. The second thing I do is I help people gain financial security. I help them make more money, keep more money, multiply the money they have, gain more knowledge. I can honestly say, and this isn't just a big claim not backed by anything, but I'm probably the only financial firm out there that actually educates people on how money really does work. Okay, and I can honestly say that. I've been in the industry a decade. I've not seen anyone that sits down and does what we do. Jeremy Berardi is a client of ours. He's on right now. He can kind of attest to the level of education we give our clients, even from like the second or third meeting, right? So I sat down with a client the other day, right? And basically they had been working with a local life insurance agent, okay, really big, well-known life insurance company here in Acreage. They had like 6 life insurance policies. Dude, I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody needs 6 life insurance policies. Like that right there is overkill. At some point, you just got to be like, all right, dude, is this actually helping me or are you just trying to sell me more life insurance policies? Okay, so he had like 6 life insurance policies. All of them were terrible, but there was one in particular. He had a whole life insurance policy. Okay, now as you guys know, I offer the Sacred account, right? And the Sacred account is whole life insurance, right? Now, this whole life insurance policy was one of the worst policies I've ever seen. Okay, and for those of you that don't know, like the Sacred account is a type of whole life insurance. Whole life insurance can be designed and customized. Okay, so an agent can choose to design a whole life insurance policy a certain way. The client doesn't really know about it. Think about it like a car manufacturer, right? Like you might buy a BMW, but that manufacturer can really do whatever they want to that BMW, even though it still is a BMW, and you don't really know what they did or have any say in the matter. You just buy the final product, right? They don't survey you and ask you like, hey, when we build this one, what do you want in it? They just build whatever's profitable for them, what they think will sell, and then they market it to you, the consumer. And you're not always aware of what is actually going into that production. Life insurance is the same way, all right? So he had a life insurance policy. Total, he's putting about $1,000 a month into all of this, right? $1,000 a month, which isn't bad. If you structure them the right way, like $1,000 a month is a good starting point. But here's the deal, guys. $1,000 a month into the policy, guess how much money the first year the policy has in the cash value? Just guess. You guys won't believe this, and maybe you will, but most of you guys won't believe this. $0. $1,000 a month, and there will be $0 in his cash value, meaning that he will have spent $12,000 on this insurance and gotten absolutely nothing out of it the first 12 months. There's no cash value, there's no growth. The second year, there's like $45 in the cash value. The third year, I think there was $800 in the cash value. Okay, 7 years into the policy, the dude finally has 50 grand. Guys, 7 years in, and that's a negative 16% annual rate of return, just so you know. Okay, so 7 years in, this guy has still not made any money. He's only got 50 grand. If you follow my stuff, you know that 50 grand is the magic number. 50 grand is the number that if you have it, you can invest. So that means that this guy is gonna take 7 years before he can actually invest in a deal. Okay, now you might ask yourself, like, why is the cash value so low? I'll break that down for you really quick. So with whole life insurance, there's what's called a base premium. Okay, your base premium is the actual whole life insurance death benefit. Okay, now that base premium, any money that goes to that does not go to the cash value. So if you buy base premium, you're sacrificing those dollars in cash value. You don't get them in cash value. Now, you don't want to have no base premium because the base premium is also what produces the dividends that make the policy grow. But at a certain point, like, you know, you don't need more of it. You need a certain amount to produce dividends, and that's it. So only like really 20 to 25% of your overall contributions should go to base premium. Okay. Now the rest of it is called your paid up additions rider or your cash value. That's basically like a savings account. Anything you put into that portion of the policy should show up immediately in your cash value. Okay. But I want you to think about this. Just put your economics hat on really quick. All right. So if you have money that is going to go directly into cash and the client can access it right away, for the client to have the money, it means that you, the company, and you, the agent, couldn't have the money. Right? So for a client to get more cash value, the company has to be willing to give up their money. They have to be willing to give up their commissions and their fees, because if it's going to go in cash value, it's going to be something they can't charge on, right? I can't charge you money and you still have the money. It doesn't work that way, right? If I buy a car from Nick can't sell me a car for $30,000 and then not actually get the $30,000 from me. I can't keep my $30,000 after buying the car, right? I have to pay Nick. Nick then gives me the truck, right? So with this instance, the reason the cash value in that policy was so low is the agent put 100% of the contribution into base premium. What does that mean? The agent got paid. The reason why there was no cash value, all of it went to the agent's commission for the first year. Okay, so all of that $1,000 a month went to pay the agent and the company. The client didn't get any of it. Okay, the client should have had money in their cash value and didn't. So what I did is I restructured. I looked at what they can do with it. We pieced a few different items together with one of my sacred account policies, and I was able to get that client instantly another $25,000. Instantly. Just by changing that simple thing. We took most of the money away from the base premium and moved it over to the paid up additions. Okay, now I get paid about 300% less to do that, but my client actually gets like a real thing. They actually get a sacred account. They actually get their money. They actually get to use the cash value. Okay, and I'm willing to take a pay cut to do a good job for my client because I know that they're going to come back to me. Right now, the kicker is most people have no idea. Most people, like the client signed off on the numbers, right? So the agent wrote the policy, went to my client, said, here's your policy. This is what it means. I need you to sign here stating that you understand. Okay, my client obviously didn't understand and signed anyways on the delivery slip certifying, yep, this looks good. But when I showed my client the actual numbers, he's like, this isn't what I thought I had. Okay, which goes back to, you can't just trust people because you know them or because they got referred to you. Guys, study the numbers. Even if you're working with me, I don't want you to believe a word I say if I can't prove it to you with numbers. Okay, if your numbers don't match up, there's something off. Numbers don't lie. People lie all the time. Okay, and guys, really, it's a life insurance agent. That's like the bottom of the bottom. I sell life insurance. I don't even like to call myself a life insurance agency, agent, because I don't want to be associated with that category. Okay, you really are just going to trust a life insurance agent, like no whim, you're not going to check the numbers or anything? Really? Their job is to sell you life insurance. They're trying to make money selling you life insurance. So here's a couple things I want you to know. A, make sure you understand what you have. B, if you have like 6 or 7 life insurance policies, dude, you got ripped off. Like there's no other way to spin that. You got ripped off. You got taken advantage of. You don't need 6 life insurance policies. You can probably get by with 1 or 2 and it's going to save you thousands of dollars a year. Okay. And then thirdly, if you do have whole life insurance, you need to make sure that you're not paying most of the money to that base premium. That doesn't serve you. It just pays your agent a higher commission. So if you do have whole life, I want you to get your policy out at some point this weekend. I want you to look at it. And if you see, and if you can't read it, I'll help you read it. I'll get on a call with you and help you go through and tell you what it says, right? But if you see that most of your money is going to base premium, that not very much money is going to paid up additions, and that your cash value is extremely low, that means that your policy is not making you money. It's making your agent money. It's making the insurance company money at your expense. Okay. So guys, if you're watching this, what I want to do is I want to make you an offer. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I have life insurance. I don't know exactly what it does. I don't know if I can tell what it does. It's confusing. And I just want someone else to handle it for me. Go ahead and click the link. It's called sacredaccount.com that I just posted in the comments. Go to sacredaccount.com. Okay. There is tons of education on that page about life insurance and how it works. Okay. It's not There's no gimmick. Like, I'm not trying to sell you anything on that page. Really, just get the information. And when you feel comfortable and confident in what I teach and what I do, I want you to submit your info to hop on a call with my team. Okay, we're gonna go over your policy with you. We'll help you look at what you're trying to accomplish, whether or not you're going to accomplish that with what you have, and what changes you may need to make. And the best part is, guys, it's just math. So again, if we get on a call with you and I start telling you stuff and the math doesn't line up, you know I'm full of BS. But if I show you stuff and I can prove it mathematically to you and show you the numbers and it makes sense and it adds up and you feel confident in us, go ahead and do business with us, okay? We're gonna do a great job for you. We always do. Like, we have phenomenal reviews. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Go to sacredaccount.com. Make sure that you check out your policy, guys. If nothing else, read your policy, understand what you have. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you soon.